Your stream's
what?
still poor. And we are back. This is Primetime 28. The main event, as you can see, is FSK Driz versus Fadanator. I'm going to be your host, the Doctor. Joining me in the booth tonight is the ever mighty Pudgy making his return, and one of the few times you'll see the man who works relentlessly behind the scenes in a lot of different roles, and that is Lucky. How we doing, guys?
Yo, Mr. Doctor. What's up, man? It's glad to be. I'm glad to be back. You know, it's kind of like almost like a one night only type of thing. But hey, man, I'm glad to be back on the primetime scene. I'm commentating with Lucky again. That I think I commentate with this man only one time so far. So, but he does. He never gets tired, man. So, how are you doing, Lucky?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I'm looking forward to tonight. This is primetime, baby, and I've been looking forward to this all week. Like, with the main event is huge. It's a huge rematch between Fadanator and Driz. This is going to be one hell of a fight.
I'm definitely looking forward to this, man.
Yeah, this main event, we have seen it before. We saw it all the way back in the GP. That's how Driz got the original title. He's defended it a few times since then. Fad himself went on that 4-fight win streak. He's now 6-1, fighting the 5-0 champ. But this time around, though, Driz is picking like some MVP, so that's going to be an interesting one to see. Nonetheless, you've got this entire fight card to see. You've got names like Mix-Up to co-main event, which is a #1 contender. That they'll be fighting for the PS belt next week. And then you got a bunch of other names here, but we're about half hour late, so we're going to get straight into it with our first fight of this evening. That's going to be Regicide Dex Primacy. You'll see it's slightly higher up on the prelims, but due to some other issues, we've had to work around a bit. So that's going to be our first fight of the night here, Lucky.
Yeah, this is good. This is a big fight. You know, Dex Primacy coming out of nowhere and is, you know, showing that he's one of the top fighters in the community today. Mad Dog as well, very, very entertaining fighter. This is going to be a very, very good fight between these two. What do you think, Pudgy?
Between Mad Dog and how you pronounce the name again?
Dex Primacy.
Dex Primacy. Dex Primacy. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, I already know who I'm kind of going to kind of root for here, man. I'm a big fan of Mad Dog. I just seen my mans compete over at GFC. Shout out to those boys in the comments. Love you guys over there. And I'm looking forward to a dog fight, bro. So I know Mad Dog's gonna go in there, get it done. But I never seen this person fight either, as far as like this, Dex Primacy dude. So I'm not putting anything past him. But I just know how Mad Dog gets into that octagon, man. He gets focused, Doc. And I'm looking forward to this.
No, for sure. Mad Dog is typically that star-studded striker. He's got that aggression, but he knows when to stay calm under the pressure. Part of the STK camp as well. He's been around a very long time. Dex Primacy is, though, coming off a loss to Holdy, which is kind of your interesting issue here, because of last week it was very much everybody counted Holdy out against Dex Primacy. Dex Primacy then lost that fight, and so now he's in a difficult position where he's now if he loses this fight, it's very possible that he's off the live card for a couple of weeks and needs to rebuild his record from there. So this is kind of a make or break situation. Hopefully we're all good, and we are. So, Kelvin Gastelum versus Derek Brunson. It's an interesting matchup. Ideally, I believe Brunson is Dex Primacy, Gastelum is Mad Dog. So, Dex evidently not trusting striking as much out from last week and looking to go for this grappling type style here.
I think either way between these two, you know, they're both grapplers. Derek Brunson, there's a leg kick already.
Already starting it off.
Derek Brunson, I was going to say, he's got a reach advantage over Kelvin Gastelum. You know, Dexprose just needs to keep his reach against Calvin Gastelum, and so far,
some lovely counters by both guys so far. Gastelum getting the calf stunned very early, but the knockdown going straight to Dex with the uppercut against the cage right now. Mad Dog evidently wants none more of this striking and is instead being the one to engage the wrestling here. Not to say that Gastelum doesn't have decent wrestling stats, all things considered here, Pudgy.
Yeah. I think Mad Dog did a good job of just, like you said before, man, even if he gets stunned or he gets dropped, he remains calm. He's not acting sporadic. I think he's going to take a little bit of time on the ground just to kind of recover a little bit there, Lucky. But, and now he gets that top position as they move into half guard here. So I think that, just slow down the pace just a little bit so you just don't gas yourself out, but it's going to be interesting here.
Definitely, with the new update as well, with the short-term stamina, and that's going to be a very vital part of all these fights tonight. And there's a stack guard going on. This is dangerous.
Yes.
That's a lot of nice shots going through as well. Dex having a bit of difficulty there. That head health about halfway down. Just a lot of damage there, which you need, especially when you're trying to get back that knockdown again. The uppercut, though, by Derek Brunson being a very sneaky tool already. If you're Mad Dog, one of the main things you've got to consider, though, is because the way stamina has also been adjusted, that stamina deficit that he's already seen is going to become more and more troublesome as time goes on here. Spudgy.
Yeah, it's just it's doing a good job here. Dex is just doing a good job of just kind of using that range a little bit of Derek Bronson. He's not doing anything, crazy. Oh, he stuns Mad Dog, though. Mad Dog has to be very careful, very, very careful. But I think Gastelum has some really good health sets, I think, possibly.
Yeah, which is kind of a shock of how much damage he's doing, because it seems like Brunson's got 95 power. I don't think he does, but it's definitely acting that way here, Lucky. Oh,
that was a nice play.
No,
that was...
definitely not, the reach is definitely... Oh, big stun!
Wow, good job on Mad Dog.
And straight clipping through.
Oh, man, this is not looking good. It's not looking good for him. Oh, wow.
This is a lovely recovery by Mad Dog. He got a couple of the key shots. He did one big counter and then really capitalized on top of it. The head health of Gastelum, though, is more suspect, and round one comes to an end. I don't know how many knockdowns were scored in now. I was expecting a slower pace due to the most recent update, but apparently these guys want to start it off with the primetime guarantee and a barn burner at that here tonight. Jesus.
Yeah, man. I was like, shit. People just get knocked down left and right here, Lucky.
Yeah, this is a crazy first round. I don't even know who won that, to be fair. I didn't really count who was getting the most knockdowns out of both, but so far...
Based off damage, I would probably say Dex. Based off damage.
Yeah. Dex also seems to have better head health stats overall right now. So the one thing Mad Dog did easily win was the grappling, I would argue. If he wants to go back to that grappling exchange and play on a slower pace, especially now that this is the start of round two, so there's no knockdowns, there's no stuns that he's having to compete for, it would be suggestible. But instead, Dex Primacy is the one who does it, and this could really change his tide depending on how this goes. A long time to work here as well, Lucky.
Oh, and that's a beautiful flip from Mad Dog as well, and this is going to be quite dangerous if he can hold him here, but I don't think he can. He's just got him into... He's got him to full guard here. He needs to reverse this right now, and that's what he's doing. He's holding him there, but Dexprose needs to get out of this position because Calvin Gastelum is very, very dangerous on top.
Well,
he's denied it there, though.
It got a lot of options. Back mount is definitely a good one. Back flat or top mount does go end up in top mount instead. The most difficult thing for Gastelum right now is the fact his stamina is lower, and that's going to, even if it's slightly lower, it can cause massive issues on the ground because, one, if you enter into subs, you're already at disadvantage even if you don't get denied. you also, it does more to your overall stamina. It's just difficult to work around. So for Gastelum right now, it's more about trying to find a hole just to get him back in the full guard. And right now, Brunson is doing a fantastic job at holding these top positions like top man. He just has yet to get the ground pound, which he has now, Pudgy.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Mad Dog. I mean, if I was him, just don't, overreact. Just stay calm. I think, we're still in the second round, I think that he can still come back and pull out the fire, Lucky. But as he gets that sweep, man, that reversal.
And that beautiful commentary's Curse and Pudgy as we go into Mad Dog on top now. He just needs to get into better positions here, and he has as well. He's got into stack guards.
Yes. It's one of my favorite positions in this game.
Mm-hmm. He's got a really nice entry into stack guard. He's done that twice now. He's got the full Joe and entered it very nicely.
Oh,
Jesus.
And he's out of here.
Just the power of Brunson there. He just he gave up trying to trade in any manner, and he just threw hooks at him, managing to get that lead hook and dropping Gaston. The amount of damage the head took over the course of those 2 and a bit rounds, it was enough to cause that damage there, Pudgy. Jesus.
Good God, man. You hate to see it, but you know what? Win or lose, man, Mad Dog is still he's still a dog, man. Win or lose, he doesn't care. He just loves to compete, man. So that's why I love his spirit, man. But shout out to the Dex, man. He definitely showed me something. So I got my eyes on him. So good job to him, man. Great fight to start off this card here, guys.
Yeah, great fight indeed. Already showing off the primetime guarantee. That it was a war between the Mad Dog. Looked like he was having some success early on, but then Dex Primacy getting that one block, it was really all it wrote. The power of Brunson evidently is a lot higher than I assumed it would be, but sometimes that's the way it goes. And congratulations to Dex Primacy for getting that comeback win there. But with that being said, we're going to hop back over to the PlayStation division this time out. We're going to see the debut of Hit MMA. He's 1-0. He's now made his live debut against a veteran of the game and a fellow staff member of STK Reaper. So this is going to be an interesting run, to say the least. We're going to be in middleweight, and we're going to see the debut of the newly added Frenchman, who's quite a fun kickboxer, I must admit, Lucky.
Yeah, he's I've used him a few times, and he's got a very nice reach to him. He's got a very nice kick, but if you can use him right, he could be absolutely ruthless. But Joe Pfeiffer, not a bad option either. He's got very good boxing. What would you say would you say this was a good pick for Reaper, Doctor?
I mean, Joe Pfeiffer's definitely got the power here, and that's what you're going to be wanting against someone like a kickboxer who's typically wanting to work that stam and working that technical aspect here, Pudgy.
Yeah, since these fighters have just been newly added to the game, I just think that it adds like a good a variety. You just don't see the common let's just say normal comments that normal fighters
Kevin
that you see that
is typically the fighters you see at 4-star middleweight.
Yeah, so I'm glad that as the game progresses, that was a nice combination.
That's some nice head movement, and then proceeds to get lead hooked and nearly uppercutted afterwards.
Yeah, it just adds variety. It's basically what I was trying to get at. So,
Nah, for sure. I mean, it is always nice seeing them. We've got another batch in about June where it's like 72 of them. The lead hooks, the uppercuts also coming through. Lovely job there using the power. The get up getting denied. Is Reaper wanting to engage in the grappling or going for the stat guard? Looks like he's having no luck on either end. So going back to this. So for him, MMA so far, Lucky, it seems like he's had in moments a really good head movement. And then other times he's just ducking and leaning into shots.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's I can see at the moment is Reaper's stamina is not vital. It's not in a great spot, so Reaper needs to work on. I mean, the body shots from Imanov at the moment is that they're getting on very sneakily, and this is a very good job from Hit MMA just to actually just work on the body while You know, he needs to recover from the Rock. You know, he needs to. Oh, and there you go. That's a nice body shot there.
Yeah, that big little combo left him open to one hook to get the stun. Like, you've got to be so careful. Like, yeah, it's a fancy little combo, but it just means one big counter is going to absolutely do some damage, especially with the power of Piper's hands here, Pudgy.
Yeah, that was a nice block counter for what I seen, because it was just so reactive. As soon as he hit the block, Reaper has to be very careful. He has to be very, very careful. That was nice.
Lovely strike coming over. This man also trains with Naz, so he like this type of striking. You normally see it sometimes with Naz as well, and he's the current PS champ as well. So
that was a nice. He did that step back, and then he just launched that fucking straight there.
And
he did it again.
Oh my Jesus! He's had a lot of issues with the head movement.
Oh my God! This crispy boxing from it.
Nice shots.
Oh damn!
Started to fight you at the end of the round. It was a really good end of the round. I mean, I think he won it off of that, but you have got to be wary still, Joe Piper, although his cardio is now kind of shot. You do have to be concerned still about that power. I've just seen Rupert's comment saying he's not worried in Twitch chat, so you know that man's always calm and composed. He's waiting for this to end and ready to get back into the action here, Lucky.
Yeah, the step back straight at the moment has been his best weapon so far as MMA's. What Reaper needs to do now, he needs to read that and then actually counter that step back straight, because it's catching him every single time, and you think he needs to like continue the pressure going towards Imanov, Pudgy?
But he's also had a great stamina disadvantage going against him, going against Hit.
He is indeed.
Yeah. So if I was Reaper, I would try to slow this fight down a little bit. Don't try to overextend just like that. But his body is getting crunched there, Doc. And he gets stunned.
Oh, that rear hook, the uppercut coming through afterwards, making the block, the jab just working that block so even more slightly. This is a difficult fight. It's an uphill battle now for Reaper. Reaper was winning this, but then due to the massive combos that have done a lot of the stamina damage, it's now making life more and more difficult as he presses forward and Reaper's struggling to find an opening to come back on.
It's very difficult to try to, you know, when you're at a crazy disadvantage like that, man, you know, you have to slow down the pace there, Doc. And as he gets stunned again, oh my
goodness.
Wow.
That's a lot of flashy stuff.
Yeah.
How didn't you get dropped?
He has to be careful, man.
What I'm loving from MMA right now is he's keeping Reaper guessing. He's mixing up very, very nicely. Like that, for example. That is lovely.
My God, look at that! Look at that penalty, man. That penalty's looking nasty.
Reaper's trying to stay in the fight game. He needs maybe 1-2 shots cleanly to land, but as time goes on, the stamina gets less and less, and Imarov just gets more in control, getting another knockdown there. This is a difficult fight to come back from.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to have to do here, Lucky, but you know, I think Reaper's going to have to find a way to try to come back in this fight, man.
Well, that works.
That works.
Yeah,
don't overextend.
Yeah, that was a simple body kick, just a jab rear hook over the top of it instead of the counter. I mean, there's a lot of avenues you could go for counters. It's just about finding the right one at the right moment for Reaper right now, it feels like, because there's a lot of shots being thrown. There's a lot of evident open counters, but due to the pace at which everything's being thrown towards him, it's making his life extremely difficult here, Lucky.
That stamina is just looking worse for wear right now. You know, if this is a 5-round fight, he would have been absolutely crucified. Look at that. That is beautiful.
Looking to search for the finish.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Stop the fight.
Jesus. That was a good round one for Reaper. The first half, at least, really good. But then as soon as Hit MMA got the first real stun for him and was able to continue that momentum, it was just so difficult for Reaper to come back from it. And that was just what you saw there. It was just Imarov having the time of day, kickboxing, throwing anything he wanted to, and Reaper really struggling. He did find one counter, but that wasn't enough to finish him there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Reaper, I cannot go topless for you as you got your ass whooped. So no, I'm kidding. I love you, brother, man. But hey, man, Reaper will be back, man. He'll take some time and go back to the dojo, man. But it's that was a great performance overall, man. I think that was just pure domination coming from Hit.
Yeah, no, Hit really just took control of that entire fight and really just went ballistic with it. It was kind of insane to see. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's nothing more to be said there. Probably one of the first performances of the night bonuses you could be looking at for later on, which will be announced after the card. But with all that being said, we're going to move on to our next fight of this evening. We have got K1 You're a Bum versus Figgy. This fight is going to be at flyweight, and so K1 Bum came off a loss to AKA Dave. Now the Dave fight was interesting because Dave finally broke his 5-fight losing curse, which is always good to see. But it also he did get saved by the EA gods. The game stood him up. And that was kind of what happened there. So K1 Bum, not great into striking, even per the K1 name. Probably why he's in that camp, still working, developing. He's striking that way, but when you look at its grappling, it's very good. It's very secure, and that's arguably what you're wanting to see from K1 You're a Bum here. He's going to be looking for that grappling type of thing. As you can tell, overhand in the takedown. Lovely finish there. Figgy, evidently, with the pick of Cape here, Pudgy, wants to knock his head out. So you can imagine the frustration after being 30 seconds into an accelerated fight and you're already on the ground here.
Yeah, that happens, man. That's just the way how the game goes, man. At least that it wasn't like a fake glove touch. So I guess take that as a win. But, I think I think right now for Bum, he had a great advantage of just trying to stay on top. But now they're both up on the feet here, Lucky. What would you want to see from Fig, as far as like any takedown defense? Do you think that he should fight at range?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I'd say use the range because he's a tad taller. He does have that 5-star box and he's got 95 power as well. I'd use that to its full potential. But I wouldn't go too close with Pantoja because obviously Pantoja's also got 5-star boxing as well. So it's one of those things where you probably would have to pressure You're a Bum because I don't think striking is his forte. It's more grappling. But no, he's doing a very good job in keeping the distance, though, I will say, Doctor.
Yeah, I mean, so when you find someone who is wanting to get a takedown, a lot of the time you have one or two options. Either you overwhelm them with strikes, which can sometimes go one or two ways, or you try to work on their stamina, keeping that distance, using teeps to your advantage. So then when you do eventually hit the ground, you've got a very easy time because you've got that stamina advantage, and thus means you have options to sub them easier, and also one deny can do a lot of damage whilst to you it doesn't do a lot. That's kind of your idea then when you work on the stam.
Oh, there's beautiful deny there from You're a Bum. I think, yeah, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous now.
This is the main position you want to be in as a grappler, looking to rain down shot after shot in top mount. Having some difficulty though, that's about half the head health done to him and done to the block. He didn't get a denial, but again, it's like that was a good burst. That's you only realistically need one, maybe two bursts in top mounts to really win around here, Pudgy.
I think that even though that Bum is at a slight disadvantage, I mean, it looks like the stamina is kind of about even now.
Yeah, it's about even.
It's about even. But I was saying in the beginning. Oh, nice reversal there. I just think that personally that I think that if Bum keeps up on the feet, and we go into an armbar. Just to kind of
no stand, but the round ends.
Oh, very
that
lucky.
Could have been bad, but Pantoja still scores the round. Looks like that top mount was kind of what determined it. The 12 significance to 8. About 80 total strikes landed for Pantoja. Both their stam tanks are fairly high for the end of round 1 as well. So I'm imagining they continue on the action.
He's doing a really good job. He's doing a really good job. Sorry to cut you off, Doc, but he's doing a really good job of just working the body. Pantoja's doing a really good job of working the body here, from what I see. Please.
No, yeah, those uppercuts are sneaky, and I mean, for both guys here controlling that stamina, Lucky, is definitely what you're going to be doing, because the grappling is about a stamina battle. It's a chess battle on the feet of who can work the stamina more, and then on the ground it's a patience battle about who can get the right denials at the right time, and a trip like that's also going to drain the stam significantly, as you can see already.
Oh, definitely. He needs to keep working on the body for, like, you know, just to drain his stamina a bit more and then just take him to the floor, because you always have an advantage on the floor considering the fact that you have more stamina. Like, if you go into a submission, you automatically would have an advantage. Needs to keep him there, though. That is the question. Like, he needs to carry on, like, put him on the floor, and he's not denying these... He's not denying the get-ups or anything, so that's... I mean, he's took him back down, which is a very good thing to do, and now here's the sprawl. Now he could do a bit more damage to the body if he could, but no, he didn't. He didn't reverse it, didn't do anything, so...
I think he was expecting him to go up there, Lucky.
Yeah. No, I imagine so. The up get up there is typically quicker and typically one you want to go to. You can also try and gilly from there, so it benefits him that way if he tries to pre-deny it. Same time, though, then you do end up in this precarious position yourself, so it's a double-edged coin. Cap, though, deciding to get back on the feet, kick into the body. I think Cap knows that he's not going to be able to win this fight on the ground, but he needs to keep this fight on the feet enough where he can score enough damage. So he needs to win this round and the next, ideally, for him, if not a knockout. But with the way the pace is going, a knockout seems unlikely, Lucky.
Yeah, Bum's just, like, defending very, very well with Figgy's sort of arsenal right here. He's backing off at the perfect times. He's defending just very, very well, like highs and lows. With Figgy right now, he needs to, like, surprise him in some occasion, because he's absolutely doing nothing, Pudgy.
Yeah, I mean, kind of looking at what's happening here, I think if Figgy were to try to throw some leg kicks, he's doing a good job, but he has to be careful because Pantoja, if I'm not mistaken, still has steel checks. So, you know, he is doing a good job of working those leg kicks in there, Doctor.
I mean, when it comes to steel checks, they don't do as much damage if you're using calf kicks, which is ideally what you'd be using because they're quite sneaky, they're quite fast as well. Because the big leg kicks are just asking for trouble a lot of the time. So we continue with calf kicks. He should be fine in that regard. But I'm just looking at the head health, and it's sort of like Pantoja's winning it. It's a bit scary right now, to be honest.
Yeah, he's just having no answer. Oh, that was a close round. I'd still give that to Bum, though, on the fact that he had more ground, more ground control. Yeah, this is not looking great for Figgy. I think what Figgy right here needs to do, I think... what I could see what Figgy's doing, he's just doing the 1-2 and then backing off, but it's just doing absolutely nothing against Bum. He needs to pressure him even more at this point, considering it is in the third round now and he's down. I think he needs to go all out here, Doctor.
Pose up a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like it's their end. They've decided to have a short intermission, and Cap's got evidently, someone decided to give a bit more pop to Pantoja's punches. That jab, rear hook, seemingly landed a couple more times. Teep does get missed, but as you mentioned, Cap needs to put the pressure up immensely. He needs to be pushing the pace, looking for a knockout or submission if he really wants to go hell for leather. But as we've seen on the ground, it's not doing great there. This is This is for Bum. Bum can cruise this round. I mean, it'd be nice. Like, he's really pushing the pace a few more times. He's done a lot of damage over the last 2 rounds to allow him to be able to risk the knockout. But combined with the fact they're in flyweight here, Pudgy, and they don't have a lot of power, this is going to be a difficult uphill battle for Cape.
Yep. I feel like either something's going to happen here. As good transition there by Bum. I don't know, man. I feel like he just needs to just be patient. He still has time to work, but he's going to have to accelerate that time a little bit and try to impact some really heavy damage there, Lucky.
Yeah, this is a very, very good position for Bum because he's winning the fight. He doesn't need to go all out here. He can just like hold here, you know, get into a better position, obviously into half guards. But what Figgy needs to do, he needs to get out of this position because this is not good for him, Doctor.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. It's just so difficult, though. Bum, in every aspect of the game so far, has consistently nearly outplayed him in a lot of cases. And for someone like Bum in flyweight now, with 2 minutes left in the round, where he doesn't have the head health advantage, there's not a lot of damage overall landed, but the stam is like halfway on both of these guys. It's difficult, especially when Bum has such top-heavy pressure here as well, Pudgy.
Yeah, I just think that, like you said, man, I think Pantoja is just really just going to ride this round out. I think that he did enough to get it done, personally. But I mean, this is Figgy's time to do whatever he needs to do, either get him a backside or top mount. You're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, well, so far the full mount's been denied. The only thing he really has an option of doing right now is was a submission, but he couldn't get anything going there. And now, as you draw to the last 30-odd seconds, this is a difficult fight for someone like Figgy as he starts now wailing the body shots and engaging if he can. But yeah, Bum seems to know that he's arguably scored this into his favour now.
Oh, nice flying knee for the attempt. That could have been a game changer, but
I think that was a 5-star flying knee as well. So if that did land, it would have done some damage, but alas, it didn't. And here we go for the judges' decision. Pantoja getting it. Yeah, hopefully we get to see the scorecards.
Hope so.
Imagine it's a 30-27 though.
It's a 30-27, you know, that honestly, at the moment, I think that was my performance of the night. He absolutely outplayed him everything. Like he outplayed him in the striking, he outplayed him on the ground. He just gave Figgy no answers, and I've got to commend you're a Bum for that. You know, fantastic job.
Yeah, definitely good job, man. You know, he just maintained his composure, man. He didn't really overcommit. You know, he just landed the necessary shots there, Doc, and he got the win by decision, man. Good for him.
For sure. I mean, you both mentioned it. It was a case that I've blanked his name suddenly. You're a Bum just took control of it and did a perfect performance there. There was nothing you could say was wrong. I mean, the only thing you could say, maybe if you look at in terms of the rankings wise, if he got it done in the first round, would have been better for him in terms of rankings. Going to decision does mean you get less points, but if that's your prerogative. If you want to, if you want 1 or 2 more fights to be 2 more fights to get to that title, but nonetheless, that was a fantastic PlayStation fight. And continue on the PlayStation fights, we will now be going to AK Gangster versus another K1 dude by the name of Ziggy Boy. This is also going to be in flyweight, interestingly enough. We were meant to have Dex Primacy versus Mad Dog at welterweight, but that fight ended up having to happen as the first one. So now we'll go back to this one. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, man. Let's see what the K1 camp is, what they're about here, Lucky. I mean, we just seen a pretty much a dominating performance from Bum. So let's see what Ziggy Boy can do here to kind of continue on with that reign there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not seen Ziggy Boy too much, so this would probably be like one of the first times seeing him. However, Gangster, he's a very fun fighter. Very good on the ground. He's good at striking as well. This is a very, very interesting fight, considering the fact that the height difference is massive, like between these two. What would you do? What would you do in this situation, knowing how small Cejudo is and how big Royval is, Doctor?
What were you going to say, Pudgy?
I was just going to say, dude, like, I don't know how the hell Brandon Royval it fucking makes 125. Like, I have
the same way O'Malley makes bantamweight. It's insane. Yeah, no. Some of these guys you see just in these other weight classes are mental. It's like MVP and welterweight is about shit. Does seem to be their end again. Okay, and we're back. As you bring it back to the point, though, Lucky, what you were saying, I think Cejudo's doing a fine job at managing that range so far. Because of Cejudo's power, he can kind of come in, blitz a bit, and then do it. I would say I'd like to see a bit of wrestling out of Cejudo, but I'm also wary that Brandon Royale is the ultimate kind of wrestling counter due to the fact he has rubber guarding because of his high-level submissions and jiu-jitsu in general. Makes him as a very good bottom fighter as well here, Pudgy.
Mm-hmm. I think that, I know that Cejudo has incredible power, man, and,
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
That was a crazy chain of events there, Doc. Holy damn.
Yep, and he continues going. That head health has not had a chance to recover just yet. The power of Cejudo really making itself known. Nearly dives into a knee. Probably not the best idea in the world, but he's still up on the scorecards, and he's just continuing to limit the range of Royale here. If you're Royale, a couple of teeps. Jesus, teep straight, something just to get that distance. You're so long, use the length just to get rid of Cejudo out of your face, it seems like so far.
He's in the inside, though, man, so it's just making it a little difficult as a lengthy fighter, just really getting banged on.
Yeah. Ooh. Teep's now finally coming out, maybe a bit too late as the head health has already taken such a battering. And Tiny Z's just continuing to push on, getting a read on that jab, and then coming in with the hooks, the uppercuts, and the body shots at whenever. Blind, these few attempts have been made. Nothing's landed just yet, though, Lucky.
Oh, absolutely. As I said, Gangster's done such a good job in just going in, doing as much structure as you can, and then backing out at the right time. He's doing a fantastic job. And he's gotten pins into corner, apart from him being grabbed there. Would you say like Ziggy Boy needs to take him down at this point because he's getting outdone on the feet, Pudgy?
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to take this fight down because first of all he had that crazy body health event. That's going to definitely pay dividends as the fight goes on. Their doctor, and second of all, like he's just getting outlanded. So he's gonna have to find a way to really come back in this fight here, man.
Yeah, high pace set by both of them. Stamina in both regards has managed to stay fairly high. And outside of that one body stone, you haven't seen a lot of the body work. The calls on the takedown I definitely agree with. For Royval, I think he doesn't have any type of turn-ins, or maybe he does, I can't remember. He didn't used to, at least, and so I think clinch attempts may be the option there, but at the same time, like trying to get on the inside of Cejudo has been kind of his death touch so far, so you have really got to be careful. That flying knee finally landing, but nothing able to follow up apart from that overhand.
Yeah, that overhand was money there, Lucky.
Absolutely, just the power. The power of Cejudo there is just. He's got ridiculous power for someone that is, a wrestler, and at this moment in time, it's not looking good for Ziggy because he's backing off into a corner, and he's just getting rained on with strikes. I think personally, I think he just needs to surprise him and take him on the floor.
Yeah. Damage is there, you know what I mean? And I feel like the opportunities are there. I feel like they could cancel each other out because they're good ground artists, you would say, but I mean, if I was Brandon, man, I would try to take this man down to the ground there.
He's trying his damnedest, it looks like, but any shots that Royale's landing, it just does not have the same pop as Cejudo. Oh, Jesus. Lovely little combos there. That slip uppercut. Oh, I think again, as time goes on, that stamina of Royale looking worse for wear as we come back into the action, and they're still just swinging at each other. Looks like Flyweight really does sometimes lack the pop you want to get some serious damage going sometimes.
Yeah, that block is completely gone. He has breathing penalties, something fucking fierce. Empty fly knee.
Oh, wow.
That body work now going into the backside, ground and pound, landing as many shots as he can, looking like he's out, and he does so.
Oh, my goodness.
Cejudo landing combo after combo. His power finally getting past that block, leading to the body stun after he triples up to the body with those hooks. The backside happens, the raining of ground and pound murders that head health, and that was all she wrote in the Octagon tonight for these two guys here, Pudgy.
Yeah, that was just a dominating performance again. You know, just kind of looking at what happened, man. Like, you know, Cejudo was just landing those body shots, man. That really paid dividends, and that really won him the fight. Shout out to Gangsta, man. That was a dominating performance, man.
Indeed it was. And so that turned out to be our featured prelim of the night. You will see it slightly different on the card. Lilo versus Strand was sadly scrapped. So with that all being said, we're going to go into our main card of this evening. Quite early on, but it's been a quick card nonetheless. And so, our first fight is going to be the ever mighty AK MG. This man's 2-0, ranked number 10, versus WR Versatile 2-1 on a +2. He's at rank number 16. He's looking to make his break into the top 15 with this win, and we may get to see the newly editioned MVP, but I think instead we're going to see Prime Robbie Lawler versus the Kamara, the Nightmare Usman here, Lucky.
Very surprising. Like I would expect that MG would have gone someone a little bit more well-rounded, because he's a more well-rounded fighter as MG. You know, former PrimeTime champion, if anyone forgets. He wants to get back up there, obviously. You know, 2-0, very good records. Versatile as well. Versatile very well-rounded as well. This is a very interesting fight between these two. Well, what would you do, like, with Lawler here? Considering the fact that he's got no grappling against someone that does have grappling, Doctor?
Well, Lawler's got about as much power as anybody in the division could have outside of maybe Usman here with his jab straights. So, I mean, if you're MG, you're just looking to keep it on the feet and doing what you're doing right now. You've got a couple cork tapes so your body doesn't do any damage, and then he's slipping on the inside to do this damage. MG, in recent times, looking back at his last fight as well, he's gone from this jab straight fighter to this guy who likes to slip uppers and the slipping type shots to do the damage now instead. So you've got to know that for MG, his entire striking power has kind of changed, and so with that, I think Verstyle's going to have to maybe make some slight adaptations and maybe use the rear hooks and the lead hooks a bit more than the jab straights that Usman's typically known for here, Pudgy.
Yeah, you know, just kind of like, you know, he does have, I would say Usman does have an advantage over Robbie Lawler when it comes down to the grappling department, but when it comes down to the power department, you know, this is, you know, prime Robbie Lawler, man. So that dude can freaking put your chin through the roof here, Lucky. So, you know, just kind of like utilizing who's using what. You know, I'm a big fan of Verse, and I'm a big fan of MG as well. But I just want to see, a little more leg kicking coming from Usman. Just sneak those in there because he's not expecting it, you know. But we're just gonna have to see how that goes, man.
Yeah, this is a difficult fight now because the head health is kind of shot. He's taking a lot of damage on both the head and the block, and yeah, if you're Usman right now, you just need that takedown. You really do, I feel like.
thing is that he's been stopped once of taking him down, so MG is very sharp. You have to surprise him by taking him down. You have to like mix it up. He's going to expect it every time, considering the fact that you are Usman. So you have to like do it very like sneakily. And oh my goodness.
Oh
yeah, slip hooks only just managing to still get countered, just jabbing, hooking, straight uppercuts every way. The head kick sneaking through past the block being destroyed, and Lawler again continuing on the path of destruction, now into that ground pound position, raining down these shots, looking to get the finish. And he does so.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Verse, no.
That is one way to end the first side of the main card. Slip uppercut coming over the top, getting the knockdown against Decay. That knockdown then led to the ground and pound, which was what all she wrote for someone like Versatile. Versatile really tried, but he just could not at any point find anything to straighten MG's entire just momentum throughout that entire onslaught in the first round there.
Yeah, those slips is what really did Verson, unfortunately. He tried to take him down, but MG was just on top of those denials. They're lucky. And, he did his best, man. I felt like he probably could have been a little more patient just to get round one out of the way. Don't overextend, but he just kept getting caught and cost him the fight there. But you know what? One thing about Verse, just having the pleasure of, watching him compete in different leagues and stuff like that, man. He's, win or lose, man, he's still the same. He's just going to go back to the dojo and, just work on a little bit of stuff, man. But hey, man, it's just a video game, he'll come back 20 times as better, man. But, I love you, Verse.
Sure.
Shout out to MG, man.
He just proved there that MG wants to become a champion again. He just proved that, he showed absolute fight there, showing that he is a former champion, and MG just made an absolute massive statement that he's coming for the title. 3-0 now, he's got to fight some bigger opponents now that coming into future prime times. That was a fantastic performance there from MG.
And what a way to, to start up this main card here, Doctor. I wasn't expecting that fight to go that fast. But hey, man, we're already cooking into the next one here. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think with all that being said, we'll go straight into it. This time around, we're going to be in the bantamweight division. A lot of the lower weights you're seeing tonight, but nonetheless. Another K1 guy, though. This guy now 3-1 on a -1, ranked number 6 in K1 cooked. And his opponent is ranked number 9 in Bobats at 2-0. Another win will then put him into this higher class. It will put him into that top 5 position, arguably, and that's what you want to be seeing, because that's when you really start talking about title contention and number 1 fights. And so, all that being said, I've noticed the ping is a bit high, but neither guy seems to be complaining. Does seem quite stable, though, nonetheless, and it looks like we're going to get an Aljamain Sterling versus Corey Sandhagen fight here tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to this. And if anybody wants to get into the primetime action, man, hit the Discord up, man, and, sign up. You want to, knock some heads off into the stands, feel free to sign up there. Well, let's get it.
Yeah, this is an interesting picks between these two. I'm not too sure on how they fight, but obviously Cooked is a wrestler, so he's definitely gone for his perfect sort of pick. And now Jimmy Sterling, he's got striking, but very, very good wrestling. Meanwhile, Corey Sandhagen has got humongous reach, especially against this Sterling. One thing I would say, know for certain, is I would keep your distance away from Aljamain Sterling, Doctor.
Yeah, and that's what Sandhagen's doing quite nicely so far. He's playing that foot skills game with him, and he's also working the body early on. He's doing the two things that you want to be doing against someone who's looking to shoot double legs on you. He's also quite heavy on this clinch game as well. A couple of knees landing, but again, managing to break away. Takedown being shot, doesn't quite reach. Knees to the body as well, following suit from that point. If you're Sandhagen, again, it's just you want to maintain this distance, do what you can, where you can, without getting taken down. And ideally do as much as you can, as quickly as you can, before that takedown happens, because nonetheless, in this game, you will eventually get taken down. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, typically, Pudgy.
Sorry about that. Just attending to my cat. Yeah, man, I just think that kind of like looking at what's happening here, I think Sandhagen is he's doing a good job of just kind of maintaining those denials there, man. Very on point. It's going to drain the stamina there.
And so far, Sandhagen's doing a very, very good job on, denying those takedowns, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to deny them every single time. He needs to be on point on those takedown attempts from Sterling. Cooked is looking very like he doesn't know what to do, Pudgy.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It looks like he's just kind of, trying to find his range. He's trying to take him down, man, but he's exhausting a lot of stamina here, Doctor.
Yeah, it's really the case of as this goes deeper and deeper, Aljo's getting more and more desperate for that takedown, and because of it, it's just meaning his shots aren't as well set up. He isn't as calm, and the nerves are kicking in more and more as time goes on, and now that's making life incredibly difficult. Because even there, a beautiful shot that you would assume he would have got, he didn't, and that was kind of it, and that's kind of been the way Sandhagen's playing right now. It's a lovely performance.
Yeah.
Lovely head movement there, though.
Interesting sequence there, but yeah, gotta give that one to Sandhagen, man. He was just on point with those denials there.
Absolutely, yep. He picked his shots very well. Considering he's using that reach perfectly right now, and the takedown defense tonight is ridiculous from the Sandhagen. I said probably what I would do if I was cooked right now, just surprise him. I know it's hard to do, but you have to do it because he's literally, he's literally read everything you do. Just do something that's out of the ordinary, and that is very, very predictable.
Yeah, the takedown shots so far. I mean, jab into the takedown is quite nice. But if you're cooked right now, I think you're going to have to really time a takedown as he overextends in the combo. But the issue is Sandhagen isn't doing that. He knows it. He's evidently got veteran experience in the cage and how to deal with this type of play style, where you stand calm and patient. You just don't engage until they're engaging, and when you do, it's very short, sharp combos, and you use the straight to stop the clinch, and then you work the body afterwards. And again, another takedown denial, goes for another one, again, another takedown denial. This is kind of giving me flashbacks to Aljo versus Yan #1.
I don't know about this. I think this is a mistake on Bobat's end. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
he got back up. I think he realised that it would have been a mistake to take him on the floor because it would have been like a fish out of water on the floor. And, oh my God!
When he lands cleanly, the uppercut, the hook afterwards as well. The hook now finally drops him, now looking for the kill. Only still in the game, just about a hip toss over the top. It's an interesting idea. I mean, just saying that he's able to grapple, I would argue, is a very good idea because it's going to scare your opponent. It's going to realise, okay, even on the ground, you're not going to do it. And it also means Bobats is going to have the confidence if it does reach the rest of this, possibly in the next 7 or 8 minutes during the course of this round and the entirety of the next. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, this is where he's going to get in trouble.
Yeah, possibly. The stam, though, is really high, though, for Sandhagen, all things considered.
I need to go back up. He's doing the right thing there. He needs to, like, keep away from Sterling's takedowns, and that was a beautiful takedown there from Cooks.
Finally got one. His stamina is extremely low. Lovely denial there as well. Looks like he's going to end up putting into full guard if he's not careful. Does manage to get the posture up, but again, it's It's a difficult fight here for Cooked. It really is. He's down 1 round, now 2 as well. He's got knocked down a few times during this, and so it's just hill after hill. As he now has an armbar attempt on him. He can go for this easy. Gets to deny as well. The stam even lower than before, but if he denies that, that's full, and he goes for an armbar himself. Not much being taken out. Joe has high sub defense. Corey has low. I don't think his armbars are too high either. But that just makes sure that round is secured into the favour of Sandhagen. He's, 2 rounds up? This is a difficult fight for K1 Cooked here.
And what's made it more difficult as well is that in that armbar, he's now going to have lower block as well. So he needs to be careful of that, Pudgy.
Yeah. Just looking at it from that dominating performance there from Corey Sandhagen, man, he was just knocking him down left and right. If I'm K1 Cooked, man, you may have to grab that gun here. I don't know, man. You're gonna need something. You need some booby traps, fly traps, something, man. He is on point with these denials, man. He is on point.
Interesting flying knee. Fair enough. Oh.
You know what's even crazy though? Because despite of the crazy, oh my god, that body's getting crunched.
Everything is.
Despite of the pain differential, he's just been on top of these denials, man.
Yeah, that is very, very true. I mean, as you said, as I said earlier, it's a very steady ping, so I imagine it makes it pretty good. But yeah, that elbow, lovely, digging down to that body, trying to get the stun. Not a lot of body work has been made when you actually look at the body, but in terms of stamina being sapped, it's completely. Oh, Jesus! How is he still standing? Genuinely, his block is gone, his head health is shot, and his stam is non-existent at this point.
It's cooked.
Yeah, K1 Cooked right now. He's cooked.
He is getting cooked, man. But you know what, man? We've seen some crazier shit.
I don't think the crazy shit's going to happen here. And he's talking about a crazy KO. It's looking more and more like Cooked is just trying his damnedest to survive, trading shots, trying straight lands. Not jumping down, maybe a flying knee in turn, but the uppercut lands.
There we go.
There you go. That was a KO over the night, possibly so far. A barnyard brawl against the cage there, and Sandhagen winning the fight. Incredible IQ across that entire fight. Genuinely incredible. Each and every time you can see outstriking him every round. Takedown denials were on point. Yeah, an impressive showcase there by Sandhagen. He's someone to put the division on notice.
Jeez, man, look how clean that was.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning knockout there from Bobats. That, as I said, that's another statement made. You know, he's here to stay. He wants to go for the big fights, and I think that after this week, he's definitely going to get those big fights, because that was a phenomenal performance from Bobats. You know, fantastic job.
For sure. Every part of that was well played. Cook tried. He really did. He tried to come back. He tried to put on a performance and tried to work it as best as he could, but he just couldn't get the momentum going, and that was sadly sometimes the way it goes. Sometimes there's certain matchups, and Sandhagen just wasn't having it. He didn't want to engage in the type of play, in the play style that Cooked was wanting, and that can sometimes be issues like that, as you saw there, Pudgy.
Yeah, you know what? But we've seen fights like that happen time and time again, where like, you know, you just get dominated, and then the next fight that you come back, you'll do 20 times as better as than your last performance. So, you know, I think that based off of what we've been seeing so far, he could come back and just be a completely different fighter. He could complain and say Ping was a different, a factor into this. It didn't look like it was a factor for him. So, I don't know, man. So, I mean, that was a crazy performance there, just overall. So, good job to him, man.
Well then, with that fight, we will be going into The next fight, which is, if you haven't seen by now, is BFAP Trixie versus FSK Naznim. The last time these two guys saw each other in the octagon, they were both part of BFAP. This time around, Naznim has jumped over to the FSK boys, who are in the main event this evening. If you don't know who they are, they're Fadanator and Driz, just to name a few of their members. So it'll be interesting to see how these two have changed and developed over the course. Seeming Prime Max Holloway versus Tapoye this time around. It's going to be an interesting fight nonetheless. This Max Holloway's got 100 cardio and 100 recovery, if I'm not mistaken. It may not be, maybe just under 100 recovery, but it's some insane stats, to say the least. Tapoye's also got some serious power and also got really good ground game here as well, Lucky.
Oh, absolutely, you know, like Tapoye is like the complete strike, and oh my god, we started off hot. Oh, here we go, lads. We've got a war going on.
Yes, it is. You know, it looks like from what we've been saying, like Nas is he's just doing a really good job of just leading off with those body strikes, man. Just try to, you know, attack the stamina of Ilia Taporia. You know, I can't wait until I actually see this fight like actually happen, because good God, man, I'm excited for it. Just besides for what we're seeing right now, you know, Trixie being Mr. Round number 2, I think that he's going to use this time to really figure out his opponent, and then he's just going to turn up, man. I think that's what's going to happen with Doctor.
Yeah, well, Naznim was having a lot of success early on, but then Trixie's got that jab going, and the power behind the shots have done some serious damage. But as I say that, Nazim's also now coming back. These two are just having a brawl. There's technique involved, and as you can see there, getting the knockdown, there's definitely technique involved here, but a lot of it's also just winging shots at each other, doing some serious damage. Holloway doesn't have a lot of pop to his punches, but what he makes up for in pop, he makes up for in pure cardio. Is the fact you can see that even with the amount of punches he's thrown and landed so far, his cardio is barely a dented in.
Oh my God, Trixie said, fuck that. I don't care what you got. I'm taking your ass out. He doesn't care about that. Shit, this may not even make it to round number 2.
Yeah, it's looking like it's not going to at the rate they're going. They're having a full-on brawl. Oh, nearly ducked into the uppercut there. That was a bit scary for 2 moments, but...
This was oh my goodness, this is as advertised. This is an absolute war between these two.
Yeah,
I'm loving this.
The only difference probably between this fight and the fight we'll see in real life is that one will be 5 rounds, this is 3, and both of these guys are just putting on absolute war. Cardio menacing from both of these. Trying to get through that block at any moment's notice. The power of Holloway doesn't really matter when you can get shots like that going, and Trixie's trying. Lovely major lunge out of the way.
Has to be very, very careful though, because he has that severe cut on the right side, it looks like, from on the
but
right
the uppercut's the one that's causing the main issues here. Jesus.
Oh my God.
The head health right now is absolutely shattered. There is nothing Trixie can just get hold of.
Oh my goodness.
Trixie
5 seconds ago.
Yeah, they're not gonna do anything crazy. I was kind of hoping that was not gonna keep going on, because I was like, somebody got to slow down. Like now.
Yes, 161 strikes thrown by Naznim, 140 by Trixie. That's 300 strikes thrown in total in one round. Neither of these guys are wanting to slow down the pace by any means, and here they are again, standing in the octagon, seeing what Gaethje and Holloway did in real life against the BMF, and they're wanting to copy it. It looks like, Jesus Christ, the pace continues.
Oh my God, it certainly looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like they're just going Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje like for 5 minutes in that first round, and they still haven't stopped in the second round. This is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal fight between these two.
Oh, the hook.
Oh my God.
Ducks under the jab straight, doubling up. The uppercut now finally landing. Trixie getting... What the fuck was that shot out of him?
Wow. We're going to see. We're going to have to see if this, if Trixie can come back from this, man. That head held is looking good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, as soon as you say that, he does get the stun. The uppercut, though, coming back right now. Him trying the elbow, finally clipping him, jumping down, trying to get the finish, going for the ground and pound finish.
Wow.
And he gets it.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow, man. Wow. Trixie.
By a whole mile. Wow.
Good
As
God.
the blood pours down to Poirier's face, Holloway lays unconscious. You can see the octagon is smattered with blood. Jesus,
God,
that was a war.
Good God, man. It looks like Trixie got slapped with a fucking pizza pie. Look at his face, man. Look at his face, dog. This is why he lives up to the name from Mr. Round 2.
Trixie was many times he looked like he was going to go out. So many that head health was low. The beginning of the round was scary as all hell. Naznim had that in the bag until suddenly he got a bit too over aggressive. Trixie comes out with a Hail Mary elbow. And that was it. Jesus, that was insane.
That really was, man.
And he just proved right there that Trixie is the GOAT of the game. He just proved it right there. Mr. Round 2, the master of the Round 2, and he's just completely proved it. What a fight. That's definitely fight of the night by a country mile.
I mean, we started this fight off with Dex Primacy versus Mad Dog, and those two are having knockouts galore, but then when you compare it to that one, that looks like they were having a little picnic. Jesus.
Good God, man. He said, let me go ahead and feed you these hands. Cause God,
I mean,
man.
both of them were saying that was incredible job by both of them.
That really was, man.
Yeah, and we still got 4 fights to go ahead to top that, and I think the first one and the first fight to beat that up next is in the middleweight division. This one's going to be AKA Dave, the man with the previous, who just broken his 5 losing streak curse, and he's going to go against a guy who has had some interesting fight IQ over the last few primetime shows. He has used K1 Maya, has sadly lost that fight, but he's now come back. He's 3-1 on a +2, and he's looking to be the currently #1 ranked guy in the division outside of the champ of AKA Dave. Middleweight is the weight class, as you can see. But looks like we're going to see Whittaker versus Izzy Adesanya here tonight.
Yeah, these are both legends within their own right. I just saw what's his name, Eagle, compete in GFC, and he just won that tournament. He just won $150. So let's see if he can kind of continue this momentum as he goes against, champion tier type of a fighter as AKA Dave, man. And I'm looking forward to this here, guys.
Absolutely.
Well, start of the round so far, Izzy having a lot more success. He is the better striker. I would argue that Whittaker overall was more well-rounded. But if I'm Whittaker, I would be wanting to grapple to begin with, and given Eagle's skill set from memory, he's more than capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. As Adesanya with the 5-star boxing, though, you got to watch out for that as well. You can string a couple of combos.
We're just catching teeps.
We are just catching teeps.
Yeah, a lot of that tonight.
I think what they've done is they've seen the rest of the fights and saw how they went with the teep kicks, and then they're just getting prepared for these ones. That was a lovely little. That was nice. It was lovely.
Yeah, both of these guys very intelligent on their counters, dodging certain stuff. Less intelligent, but somehow still worked. They'll double up on the flying knees. Was an interesting choice, but that's Dave for you.
Yeah, that was very interesting from Dave. He went for the double knees. One of them hit and the other one didn't. It could have paid off, but it didn't in the end. And that could have been very dangerous. Oh, beautiful takedown there.
Now finally hitting the mat. Dave arguably worse off from the striking pedigree. So nice little change up as you've hit the 2-minute mark, give or take. And so now for Dave, this is going to be the case of wanting Probably to get into side control, then work to top mount from there. Maybe even a crucifix if you're able to get a few denies off here, Pudgy.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Robert Whittaker has the the advantage here. As he gets swept though, or reversed here, I just think that if I'm, personally, if I'm Eagle right now, I wouldn't stress. I would just try to stay calm, do a good job of doing those denials there, and just trying to remain calm for the next minute or so, man. Let him get some shots off, But I just think that he still has the advantage there, Doctor.
Well, that was a lovely little reversal there. Fantastic job. But yeah, I mean, for Eagle right now, it definitely feels like it's just, okay, you've kind of lost this round unless you're able to get a big barrage off suddenly in the next 30 seconds instead of getting roly-poly around the octagon. I mean, both of them have just been countering each other as soon as they've gone for the ground and pound lot of time. Lovely job there getting full guard, but again, 10 seconds left in the clock. I think this is probably Dave's round, if I'm not mistaken, given the striking, but if we get to see the stats, maybe we'll know for certain.
Probably just by going from the damage as well, like the significant strikes. I think going from the damage he's given to Whittaker, it's obviously it was going to be his rounds. Like even though it would have been close. I mean, it does count in this game, and it kind of shows right there. Good job from Dave so far. He just needs to keep up now.
Yep.
Back into the action, the straights, the hooks, the uppercuts, the flying knees all coming out by MK Dave. He seems confident and composed, happy to be on the back foot when he wants to be. And his hands are just that much quicker, it seems, than Whittaker's. No flying knee there. That does feel like it's going to... Oh, okay.
No. Why did he go for the body there? He could have got...
I feel like he went for a head kick and the game auto-converted. I feel like he got fucked by the game, but it could also just been a weird misinput because you've suddenly got, oh god, he's just throwing a head kick and me duck and then misinput, which is also entirely possible though.
Yeah, because, this game says, fuck you. Every time.
EA gods work in very weird ways. I mean, Dave has, just from his last fight, he's definitely got the EA gods on his side. That is for certain.
Absolutely. If I was going to be honest, though, he could have gone for like
well, makes up for it by getting the knockdown there.
That is beautiful.
Not even allowed a single shot off, getting a reversal. Straight into top mount, ground and pound now, bringing rain down here. The EA gods evidently not liking Dave so far.
I don't know, man. That looked like a little bobble right there, man. I don't know about that. Better be careful about that, Mr. Dave.
Lovely little fake denial there on the up get up. Another denial there, though, happens as well. Denial City seems to be occurring. And here we go. Rounding down the shots as possible. And just misses that elbow.
Great defense there from Dave. He's getting hammered down, but like he defended him quite well. Obviously with a dodge from the elbow. He needs to get up from this position though, because obviously Whittaker does have the better grappling, Doctor.
Yeah, he does, but also he's already won the round, so it's like, do I want to get up on the feet, or can I just chill out for the next minute and a half, give myself a break, and then get back into the action without having to waste time getting up? It's kind of double-edged sword, especially considering he's now in full guard. He's got full control over the situation, per se. And with denials like that, he can go for submissions, as you can see. Yeah, it kind of just the way that catapult him right now. You've got to be careful.
Good awareness there. Good awareness.
Well, both of them unable to land any significant ground and pound within the top mount position as this round draws to a close. What should be noted and remembered is the fact that Izzy has won the first round and got a knockdown this round. So far, Dave is up 2 rounds to none. So for Whittaker, this is going to be a serious contention of he needs to get a finish over the course of this next round.
Yeah, I think like so far, you know, Dave's playing, you know, the perfect fight. Obviously EA's been very unlucky with him, but I think he should be very happy with his performance right now. He's keeping Whitaker, you know, obtained a bit. You know, he's not taking any sort of dangerous like approaches to against Whitaker. He's doing a perfect job right now, I'd say, is Dave.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, also shout out to Boiler for the raid party of 4. Hey, we love you, Boiler.
Right there from Boiler. Oh, Big Rock.
Oh,
nice he's taunting.
Taunting
him.
Joined at the perfect time, just as we reach the end of our main card, going to the co-main and main event. Main event being FSK Driz versus FSK Fadanator for the Xbox Division title. Right now we're watching these two guys go have an absolute war as Dave tries just to keep the fight going into his favour, as Eagle has to dig really deep in this third and final round, as he's already 2 rounds down.
Let's be very, very careful.
Oh, lovely trip there.
I think what Eagle has to do, he needs to get close to Adesanya, because like with the Adesanya reach, you have to obviously keep at a certain distance, and if you're going to suffocate Adesanya, you have to do it like within absolute perfection, like while close, because he ain't going to do too much while Adesanya is close, apart from the uppercut. So he needs to go all out, I think, at this moment in time, because he's not winning the fight. He's two rounds down. I think he just needs to go all out here, Doctor.
Yeah, one of the biggest issues so far is Dave's footwork, as you can see. He's just... Eagle's wanting to stick him against the cage wall and blitz him with combos, but every time Dave is circling in one way or another just to make life difficult. And there you go, he's circled completely out from it, and that has meant that he's able to get more distance to walk back. And he now comes out looking to do even more damage down to the body. Rocks up top as well. The stam slightly lower, pulls back there. This is getting closer, both of them. I mean, for Eagle, it's definitely possible to still get this, but he needs one big burst, and he just can't find it. The uppercut, though, is definitely nice to see, but it's probably not going to be enough, as 1 minute 20 left in the round.
But it's still possible. He needs a big flurry, and he can get him on the cage. Like his head health, like it's not that perfect. So like he could get him here. He just needs to pick those shots up like quickly, because at the moment we've got 45 seconds to go.
Jesus. Yeah. Kind of bit. You say the head health of Adesanya is somewhat compromised, but Whitaker is far more worse, and Adesanya only needs 1, maybe 2 shots. Key digging down to that body. Jeez, that's a bit scary. Dave playing it not safe at all. He's just going for shots after shots. Even his 10 seconds draws to the close. Head kick gets fired.
He's gonna have to go for broke. He's gonna have to do something. Oh, man.
Okay.
Probably 30-27 into the favour of AKA Dave here, I want to say. We'll have a look, see what the judges say. The EA gods do work weirdly, but is he getting the win? Hopefully we do get to see the judges' scorecards here. Question mark?
I think we do see the scorecards here.
30-27.
30-27. Yeah. I'm just glad someone saw them, because it was so quickly from that into the quit menu. It was funny. And so, from Fight the Night to a 30-27 into the favour of Dave, putting on a very good performance with Diaz Adesanya, we will now be going into BFAT mix-ups. This man is 4-1 on a +4, ranked number 4, fighting 3-0 to hold a rock hold. This fight's going to be in the bantamweight division. A lot of choices, a lot of different fighters you can use, allowing mix-ups to mix it up if he wants to. But by looks of it, we're going to see Umar versus Peter Yan here.
That's not good, man.
Sorry, last me to pronounce names. It's always a bad time when it comes to that. That'll be the one.
Yeah, there we go, man. There we go. I'm looking forward to this fight, man. Mix-ups and Oh my God, and hold, rock hold.
Rock hold.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister within itself, man. You know, I'm looking forward to this, man.
This is a huge fight for Rockhold as well, because if he wins this against Mix-Ups, you could argue he definitely deserves the title shot. So the pressure is definitely on to Rockhold here. But Mix-Ups, we know obviously Mix-Ups, a former primetime champion. He knows what it takes to get the win, especially in championship fights. I think what he needs to do here, I think he just needs to read what Rockhold does and then just get towards him, Doctor.
Yeah, well, so far both of these guys starting off quite well. Mix-Up's now going for the takedown attempt instead. Didn't quite get it, but now in that closed trade position where you can easily get over if you want to. A lot of the body work is currently going into the favour of HRH with the side kicks he did earlier on, getting that stamina advantage. And so both of these guys kind of back and forth. The kickboxing style of Umar is definitely going to be the benefit of the way he wants to do, because Mix-Ups is deadly in the pocket here, Pudgy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're using Peter Yan, man, you know, as a former bantamweight champion, man, you still have those, you know, you still have that champion mentality like state, I believe. So I think that, you know, he has all the tools to go anywhere. You know, if you want to stand up, you want to mix it up a little bit and go down, you know, go down to the ground there. I mean, you could do that. Just has to be careful, just not overextending. Good clinch work there by Mix-Ups. But you know, if I'm rock hold, right? You know, I just want to see what my opponent does. Just trying to wear down a little bit of that stamina there, Doctor.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, Mix-Ups, given the way HRH is wanting to engage within the kicking range, I think Mix-Ups' ideas of going for a lot of this dirty clinching and trying to, and a lot of the time you can see he's moving back, he's given a lot of distance to recenter himself. I don't think he should be doing that, because that's allowing for these kicks to come through, which is not what you want to be doing. You want to be crowding his space, and hopefully HRH is either going to engage in that boxing, which is going to give Mix-Ups a benefit, because I think he's the better boxer here with the Peter Yan pick. And then also, if he does kick in that close range, that means you can then try a jab, rear hook over the top and do some really crucial damage here as well.
For sure.
So far, it's a very slow fight between these two. They're not like going all out in this one. They know just to be cautious, because obviously both of them do have power. So you have to be careful and take your shots, you know, perfectly. With Umar Nurmagomedov, you know, being well-rounded that he is, I'd actually take Mix-Ups to the floor and test out his grappling. But it was a very close round there between these two, Doctor.
Very close indeed. I'm not quite sure who took it, to be honest. It was like very competitive on both sides. I think maybe Mix-Ups did with significance in the clinch, but can't say for sure. So that could go either way as we enter into round two, and mixing it up across the board being a dice steer. But so far, Rockhold is the one currently winning the stand battle as he goes to the clinch himself.
Nice body work there. Nice head kick. Nice body kick there also. Oh, we're seeing some body work. That nice body work from Rockhold.
Oh, that's a beautiful
no. And Jesus. We're seeing Umar just really coming out here. He's doing a fantastic job with the kicks, nicely timed across the board. Very good start to the first round, and it's definitely going to concern Mix-Ups, especially as his stam gets worse and worse here.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Mix-Ups' stamina at the moment. You know, Umar Nurmagomedov's making he's doing really good body work here. He can't keep up though. He needs to read those body shots. Oh, that right there.
And suddenly everything goes bad.
It certainly does.
If I'm Rockhold, man, I would say you gotta stop doing that duck, man, because he's catching you every time, man. That's a step right out of range.
Yeah, but you can see why he's doing a duck at the same time. It seems like the way this is going, Mix-Ups is focusing on the head, and Hold is focusing on the body, and it's going to be that battle between the two. Will Hold be able to sap the stamina and get enough body stuns to do enough damage, or will Mix-Ups be able to get the head health low enough to then get the knockout afterwards? Looking like though Rockhold is trying to, but as you mentioned, those uppercuts and ducking into it is really going to cost him. Jesus.
Oh, and he's taunting as well.
Mix-Ups has got some confidence in him. That head health suddenly getting worse for where as he does again. Another taunt as he jumps into the guard.
Good defense though from old Rockhold.
Yeah, has to be careful, man. I mean, he has the stamina advantage, but now, yeah, it's starting to catch up.
Jesus. Yes.
Oh my God!
Jesus! It's just a duck into the uppercut.
Man.
Yeah, that is it.
Rockhold has such a good. Well, he was looking good at the very start of round one. He was looking good. Mix-Ups really was having a lot of difficulties. He couldn't make an entire read, possibly even won that round. Round two, he starts it off fantastically. And then it just all goes to hell. Mix-Ups makes that one read, that one ducking read, and that was all it wrote. And Rockhold just couldn't. He just couldn't find a way out of it. And so he ducks into the uppercut and then takes it that way. It was just an impeccable read that really did it. I looked at it though. Mix-Ups did win the first round according to judges there. Yeah, he did. Fair enough. But
oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just, I don't know, man. That was just crazy because it's like he kept ducking into that same punch time and time and time and time again. So it was like, it was only really like a matter of time until it was over. You know, you would think that like, all right, let me stop ducking. It's probably an indication that you should stop ducking. But
yeah,
you know, he kept catching him, man. So hey man, good thing to Mix-Ups, man.
He took too many risks, and the risks did not pay off whatsoever. Mix-Up just caught on, and then he just capitalized on it. If Luke Rockhold there, if Rockhold did kept his game plan and kept his distance away from Mix-Ups, maybe would have been a different outcome. But he took too many risks up close, and he paid for it. Fair play to Mix-Ups. That's a very big win for Mix-Ups.
Yep.
Sure, for sure. I mean, Mix-Ups just made the right adjustments and he mixed it up finally, got the uppercut, and that was an incredible performance there by both guys, to be honest, because even Rockhold looked good, and there's nothing against him. Even like a loss of Mix-Ups on his record is not a bad loss. That guy was in the top 5 with last season, at the end of last season, and so has he gone. Mix-Ups has always been there within the title contender as well, so it's not a bad loss whatsoever. He'll come back better than ever, probably in a future card. But all that being said, we are going to go straight into our co-main event of this evening. K1 Joby J, something along those lines. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Apologies on that.
Jody BJJ.
Jody BJJ, fair enough.
Sure,
And versus K1 Muay Thai Jesus. Got to admit, I do love that name. K1 Muay Thai Jesus is a impeccable name.
That it is.
Absolutely.
And by looks, we're going to see Gaethje versus Oliveira here, Lucky.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's just been a K1 takeover.
There's a lot of K1 members. There are a lot of them.
Yeah.
We had 1, 2, 3. This is our 4th K1 member, and there's only been 12 fights.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it just shows you that K1 has been is hitting the scene quick. You know, they're only like a new camp from what I've seen, and they're certainly hitting the live cards recently, and they're doing a very good job out of doing it. For example, your bum, done a fantastic job earlier. It just shows you that these K1 boys know what they're doing, in terms of getting the win, and it shows you right here that these two. You could potentially say that they're in a very high spot here in the PlayStation division, wouldn't you say, Doctor?
Well, they're next in line for the title contention, so I would hope so.
Yeah, this right here is just probably just a sparring match again, and just between these guys. They don't probably care if they win or lose, but you know, when certain things are on the line, man, you're gonna have to put that shit to the side.
Yeah, well, the winner of this will be fighting Naz next week in our main event, PT 129. So hopefully, as everything stays stable, hopefully it doesn't go as peak-tong as last week's main event between Vuck and Naz with Vuck's PS overheating.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus. Me and my big mouth.
Damn.
God damn it, Doc.
God damn it. God damn it. Well...
Yeah, we're going to have to take a quick intermission for that one until it comes back.
Well, that's nothing much. Looks like these two are going to happily be getting ready. Hopefully the guys in the back can tell us as soon as... Yeah, those two are re-lobbying. So, at least it didn't happen halfway through the fight like it did last time. It's only happened at the beginning of round one. Only saw a couple punches. Oliveira picks. Is going to be interesting, but you got to admit, like, especially in someone like Gaethje. Gaethje has no real grappling defense. Let's be real. Every time that man has hit the canvas against anybody who can grapple, he's ended up being choked out. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of an interesting pick, but we'll see nonetheless. Oliveira's hosting this time. They're both the same picks as well. Good steady ping, and we're going to go straight into this.
It is interesting picks though. Like it kind of contrasting picks. Obviously, Muay Thai Jesus going for Charles Oliveira.
He has a lot of that Muay Thai style, elbows, knees.
And then Jody BJJ going for the Gaethje pick. Wouldn't you say it would have been the other way round? Like considering the fact that their names, in particular, probably would say that that's their specialities, Doctor.
I mean, yes, but Gaethje doesn't really give off Muay Thai vibes. Oliveira does, for a lot of examples, because Oliveira uses a lot of those knees, a lot of those teeps kicks. I'm going in bitter slow motion. Is there end again? Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. But these two at the moment, they're probably the slowest start of any fight so far, and like they probably know each other inside and out, so they're probably trying to be as cautious as they can, because obviously, you know, they know their strengths and their weaknesses. So it's a big factor in these sorts of campmate versus campmate fights, Pudgy.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a delight because, you know, you don't really know what really happens behind the scenes. So when you're in front of the bright lights here, you know, it's a completely different experience. You know, you could take that sparring shit out the window here, Doctor, and, you know, we can really get it on and popping, you know. So I'm looking forward to what really happens here. You know, because I've seen Muay Thai Jesus. I've seen him fight in a couple different instances, you know, YouTube or something like that. He's a really good striker, man. So I don't really know too much about Jody, though.
No, so far he has landed a cut against Oliveira. Hopefully, he's probably going to be working that as he goes for another lead hook to make it more engaging. Like a lot of trades. He's got to be careful of that overall stamina, though, does Joby, as the rounds continue. Only 3 rounds to work with, not 5, but that's still a hefty punch. I was a bit scared there for a second as we saw that freeze. But again, just their Twitch stream. Like, they've got really low ping, and yet they're the ones with the biggest stream issues. We've got to love it.
I don't think the ping was that low. I think it was like 50 ms, so it wasn't too
Yeah,
too
but we have also had a fight that was about 200, and the ping was, and the streaming was fine. I do love it sometimes.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Oh, big head kick!
Yeah, he launches that head kick.
Yeah.
A lovely head kick there from Gaethje. Now he just needs to capitalise on it. Oh,
well, good stuff.
Lovely takedown defense there, Pudgy.
Better takedown defense than Gaethje IRL.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you need to do against Charles Oliveira. He's very dangerous on the floor. He's like, he's got like 100 submissions on the floor. You know, you got to be careful just by going down, because once you go down and you're in some sort of submission, it could be game over.
I think he has a submission in every position possible.
Probably, and that's how dangerous he is on the floor. And Definitely, that's definitely a Jody BJJ round, but I wouldn't count Muay Thai Jesus out just yet.
Nah, definitely not. I mean, Muay Thai Jesus so far, he was fairly competitive still on the feet. The one stun those did secure the round for Gaethje. He saw the takedown shot early on, but only one takedown after a possible many. And as his second round continues, you'd probably expect bigger adjustment by both these dudes. Is going to be the case of adjustment after adjustment, and for looking like Oliveira's already made a couple just to allow his striking to land cleaner here so far, Pudgy.
Yeah, I just think that, if I'm good deny there by Jody. I would just try to hammer the legs of Charles Oliveira. Man, I don't think that he probably has the best leg health, so you could probably try to do something with that.
Yeah,
I guess we'll just have to see, man. But he's getting kind of tagged up right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, speaking of leg health, as soon as you said that, Gage, you did fire the leg kick. I did notice that the leg health already was about halfway as well. So, I mean, it's very possible he's just been sneaking leg kicks without anybody noticing, which is ideally the best case scenario with leg kicks. You don't want your opponent noticing your leg's gone until it's too late, is typically the style you want to be playing him. Oh, the head kick's coming out already. Jabbing, looking to make the block overcommit, trading in the pocket here. The uppercut is getting a bit more aggressive, trying his damnedest, but again, neither guy. It's kind of a case that they're just firing shots at each other until one of them gets a stun, and then you see it all go to hell.
Absolutely, he's Muay Thai Jesus. I can see what he does. Oh, look at that, beautiful. And what I can see what Muay Thai Jesus does very nicely, like that, for example, is mixing it up. And he's going to keep him on the floor. Oh,
wow,
this could be it.
That was a perfect read there.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was a great transition to go up to stat guard.
Mm-hmm. That secures him round 2. That even more so secures. And
knocks him down again, bro.
Yeah,
this might be the end for Jody, bro.
It went from calm to chaotic in one stun, 3 knockdowns for a shoot. The leg health looking low of Oliveira, but that doesn't matter when your head health is shot and you can't trade strikes. Oliveira now just coming back into that guard. Gaethje not having many submissions. I don't think he barely has any in this position, but 30 seconds left on the clock. The elbow causes a reversal, maybe a get up here from Gaethje, rolling him over into backside. Ground pound an option, but nonetheless.
Tries to fire off that leg kick. Or that leg head health.
Well, then.
Yeah. Damn. What an incredible round.
I would argue that could potentially be a 10-8 round. That was a lot of knockdowns in that round for Muay Thai Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, the judges have scored less for a 10-8 in this game, so I wouldn't be surprised. Nonetheless, I mean, I think for Muay Thai Jesus, it's safe to say you're 1-1 coming into this last round as the game decides to, or the stream, sorry. But nonetheless, we're back into the action as Oliveira shoots for another takedown, looking to get that grappling. Looks like he's a bit scared, although he got the knockdowns, probably the safer option here is to keep it on the ground due to the counters that Gaethje could possibly pull off.
I mean, to be fair to Muay Thai Jesus, he's got the head health sort of advantage, so it's one of those things where it's like pick your poison. You have to. You can either finish it on not standing up at this moment in time, considering that you got better head health, or just finish it on the ground. He can just. As I said, never count out Justin Gaethje because he's dangerous, but he has been massively rocked.
Yeah.
Oh!
But what that head health is battered.
It's cooked.
Yeah.
This ain't looking good. Oh,
no.
with a Hail Mary there.
Wow. If some way, somehow, if Jody can try to find a way to try to come back in this match, oh my
God. That was nasty.
It's commentated.
Beautiful.
Damn.
Beautiful ending sequence. Lovely stuff there from Muay Thai Jesus.
Yeah, no, fantastic job indeed. I think more for Oliveira's there, though. It was definitely more the case of he had a very difficult first round, but then as the rounds continued, that second round, as soon as that head held went, it was and got those 3 knockdowns. It was kind of all the momentum was in the favour of Oliveira. Gaethje didn't have anything to trade. And that's what Gaethje was kind of relying on for a lot of that. He was relying on his chin to survive so then he could wing shots. And sadly, that just went at the end of round 2. And then that led to that finishing sequence you saw there by Oliveira. That's perfect timing and a fantastic job by both guys there.
Yeah, that was an incredible match to watch. You know, and again, that probably just, you know, was just a sparring match between, excuse me, a sparring match between those guys. You know, I'm pretty sure they'll go back into the dojo, just kind of go over what kind of went wrong. But I just think that Oliveira really got the better of those exchanges there, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And he just took advantage, man. That was it.
Yeah. No, he really did. He did a fantastic job. It was nice to see. It was that change of pace. It was more of that comeback type sequence that you're kind of used to, and that's what you expect, especially from a fight that does have the primetime guarantee on it. It's just the way these fights go, and it's always great to see. But that was the co-main. We are now entering into our main event of this evening. The champ 5-0, the challenger 6-1 on a 4-fight win streak. We last saw these two guys all the way back in the Xbox GP. That fight was at middleweight. Izzy versus Pereira. This time around, though, we see MVP newly auditioned on Thursday. Driz picked him, and Fadanator got Leon the Champ Edwards. And so, will Fadanator be able to get his belt back, or will Driz beat Fadanator for a second time? They've got 5 rounds to work, and this is where it begins. Let's go.
Here we go. This is what we're here for. Fadanator versus Driz. And I can't wait for this one. Strap in, lads. We're going to have an absolute war.
Let's get it.
Let's go. With Driz going for MVP as well. Very interesting pick there from Driz. Considering the fact that, you know, he's brand new. Very, very good moveset and very accurate as well.
He's also long as fuck. Genuinely.
He is very...
He is
very
like
long.
Holland plus Gary type long. It is mental.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. He's got a lot of power, as you mentioned. He's got 90 actually. The only thing, he's got a 90 block, so you have got to be wary of that. And I think his chin is as good as it could be, but that doesn't matter if you can outland the damage, which is what Driz is doing so far. Digging into that body, digging into the head where he can. Fadanator is so far arguably having a bit more difficulty. He does just about miss the spinning heel kick, which is a good thing indeed, just for both the block and the general head health. Jesus.
Absolutely. I said Fadanator, one of the goats of the game. He knows what he's doing. You know, he knows what to do to get the win. However, Driz has been on absolute fantastic form since he's been champion.
Sure, 110%. I mean, every time we've seen both of these guys, they've looked fantastic. Fadanator in his run to the title, Driz with his defenses of the title, and both of them digging down, looking to land big combos. That lead hook and that jab of Driz being his main tools. So far, Fadanator still looking like he's trying to figure out what his main methods are going to be, as Driz is just able to circle around using those body kicks. And he does, although they're close in terms of style, I think Driz is slightly edging it in a lot of cases. And that's especially true when it comes to shot selection so far here, Pudgy.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, just kind of kind of comparing stamina, Driz does have the slight stamina advantage here, Doctor. I just think that if he continues to keep using the length of MVP, try to work in some leg kicks. Oh, there's some nice taunt in there. Let's get it. But I just think that if he utilizes the length of MVP, man, it could favor him, But Leon Edwards is a champion for a reason, so. I can't wait to. Hopefully, we will see this actual matchup in the future, and see how those styles clash.
Mm-hmm. It's nice seeing the champ using the new MVP taunts, the wiggle and the showing his bag with the waggle. I think it's always nice to see them having some fun inside the octagon. Both of these guys, though, still continue on the pace. Looks like Fad is really trying to push the action in a lot of cases, but he's getting nowhere as round one draws to a close. This is not our end, this is their end, and I think it's definitely Twitch being weird. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, that is sometimes the way this goes. But we move on, Budgie.
Yeah, we do, man. We get into the second round, man. We've seen Fadanator be in this, Oh my God, there he goes! This is why that he shows his true championship caliber. We've seen Fad in this position many times over the years, and the dude is always a gem to always watch. Lucky.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Big knee there, but yeah, no. As you were saying, he's just fantastic. He's fascinating to watch because his shot selection is like 95% perfect. He picks the right shot at the right time, and as I said, Fad knows exactly what he's doing. And big hook!
Fantastic timing for the stream, but seems like it's recovered there nicely. That was a scary overhand. I've got to say, Driz has done a fantastic recovery. He started off the round badly with the missed front kick and the counter stun there, but he managed to get the knockdown back with a flying knee, and then another stun that did cause the entire stream to freeze for 2 seconds. But Fad now being the one to put the pace on, he knows that 90 block is not going to be able to survive the entirety of the 5 rounds, and that seems to be what he's heading his bet on. He's just winging shots at that block, making sure it cracks. So then as the fight goes on later and later, he has more and more chance of it being able to land his key shots, it seems.
Yep.
What I love what Fadanator is doing as well is using the double jab quite a lot. That's breaking down the block of Driz, and then afterwards he's taking his big power shots, and so far it's working out for Driz. But to be fair on these two, this is as close as I thought it was gonna. This is as close as we know it was gonna be, Doctor.
For sure. I mean, Jesus. Both these guys still in the fight. Known clear leader already coming out. As I say that, though, Jesus.
Oh man, that's what happens when you throw those empty flying knees, man. You're so vulnerable.
The block of MVP finally causing some issues.
Not looking good for Driz.
Just about, but it seriously is looking more and more like that chin and the block health of MVP is going to cause issue. It lasted a second round, but the pace that Fadanator is putting against it is just making his life more and more difficult here, it seems.
Yeah, I think what Driz needs to do, he needs to revalidate, because this block is completely gone, and so is his head health. He needs to do something right here, right now, because we got 5 seconds to go.
And the body's done. Jeez.
So much damage in the last 10 seconds.
So much damage.
Driz, he's in trouble, man. He's in trouble.
It went from Driz's round, he was having a fantastic job in round 1. Round 2, he was doing a really good job as well at the beginning of it, but then towards the end of that, Fad just completely broke the block. The chin's also now gone, and it's looking more like this is Fad's domain, as Driz really struggles now to get back into the picture, it seems.
Mm-hmm. It's not over until it's over.
So Fadanator right now is like a shark. You know, he wants blood, and he's getting blood right here. He's just hounding down on Driz now, and Driz is in massive trouble.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Fadanator wants the belt back, and you can tell the hook nearly coming out by Fadanator as MVP linked that same way. Double jab, head kick, and the body work now coming up top, going up top. There's the block, over. And that is not it.
Nope.
Wow. How is that not it? That is crazy.
He is driving them knees right up the middle there, Doctor.
Yeah. The MVP survival skills are now kicking in. He's trying his damnedest, but the block gone, the chin's gone. Fad's walking towards him like he's a prey animal, and
oh my God!
And new primetime Xbox champion, and his name is Fadanator. What a knockout! What a performance from Fadanator. Fantastic job.
Indeed.
My God, bro. Dude, that fucking elbow, man. That elbow was money.
Yeah. Just find the up the middle, trying one last effort. Misses it. Elbow.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Knockout of the night, potentially?
There was one other dude who may have got knocked out of the night. I can't remember. It was the uppercut one, but that was a war. That was. Man, that was a really good performance by both gentlemen. Oh, really?
That was a fantastic fight for how long it went, and then just Fadanator just took over because he knew what he was going to do there in the end, and he just took advantage of shots, that Driz is making, completely missed, and just capitalized on everything that Driz did, and now we got a new champion, and his name is Fadanator.
Yep.
For sure. I mean, Fadanator did a fantastic job there, as you mentioned. Had a bit of difficulty round 1 and the beginning of round 2 after getting a stun off, but I mean, both of them look fantastic in all lights. Campmates, so they're going to keep just getting better and better in each other, and can't wait to see what's next for both of them. Ideally, you have the co-main event, which Muay Thai Jesus won, if I remember correctly, and so he should ideally be in the main event next week at PT 129.
Yep.
World Cup. We're going to have the awards out later tonight as well. But with that being said, we have given you one hell of a fight card, 12 fights of the primetime guarantee in action every single step of the way.
Yep.
And so, with that all being said, we're going to call it to an end here tonight. If you want to catch up, if you want to know our opinions and thoughts on this week's card and next week's card, go check out PT Post-Mortem. That'll be dropping probably Wednesday or Thursday night on our YouTube. But stick around for the ride to the end.
I got one more thing to say before we head up out of here. So, it's always a pleasure. Always, commentating with you guys. Shout out to my man Cyrus in the back. Much love to that man. And I just wanted to give a birthday shout out to J Dime TV. Yeah. We love you, brother. So enjoy your birthday, man. We're going to fly up out of here. Doc, take it away.
Yep. So we'll be back next week and with PT 129, 3:30 Eastern, 8:30 BST. Stick around for the rage at the end. And with all that being said, have a good night.
Have a good night.